Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Doug Uhlenbrock. I'm sitting in for Chris Smith today. He had to go out of town unexpectedly. And welcome to FMCA Partner Profiles. Today we're being joined by Brian Fisher. He is the Territory Business Manager with Michelin North America. Brian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Doug. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you. Michelin has been a partner with us for quite a while. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about, I'm guessing most folks know what Michelin does, but why don't you go ahead and talk to us a little bit about the history of the company and how long you've been involved with FMCA as a partner with the Michelin Advantage Program.
Sure. Just to go back in time and quickly, Michelin started its business in 1889. Two brothers started the company. They owned some rubber crops. And the business started at that point when they realized that there was a need. We started in the two-wheel segment in the European markets and then migrated to many other countries, including the United States. My role in the company is a territory business manager. FMCA is one of my customers here locally in the Cincinnati market. And I'm responsible for working with them and managing the Advantage program between FMCA, Michelin, and the coach members. I've been with Michelin now about 3 years. Believe it or not, in that 3 years, I've had 4 different roles in the company. And it's been a comfortable ride, so to speak. And it's been a blast to be here and to be a part of FMCA. I'm sure I've met some of the members in Tucson and in Lincoln, and I will be in Perry, Georgia in March.
That's great. We are going to have a good show in March. We're already up to 1,400 people, or close to 1,400 people registered, and it's still quite early. So we're going to have a nice crowd. You're going to be really, really busy in Perry talking to folks. The Michelin Advantage Program has been around with FMCA. I did a little research on this before we came on. It looks like since about 2011. So it's a pretty long program for FMCA. Our first tire program, I believe. And, you know, a lot of people have probably used it. Maybe some of the folks who are on here have used it. But why don't you go ahead and explain what the program is in a nutshell so people can get an idea of how this works for our members?
Sure. It's a simple program. It's through FMCA. It is called the Advantage Program. It's a credit card program. The members register through the FMCA webpage. What I did, which was easiest for me, I went into the search bar, typed in Michelin, and the program page comes up, and it lets you know either you can sign in or create a sign-in there and register your credit card. How it works is very simple. When you sign in or when you register, you're registering a credit card on there. You're paying for the tires at a discounted rate through the FMCA program, where we've established secure prices, which are below what people on the street would pay for any of their tires, whether it be truck, RV, car, motorcycle. And the Michelin, we bill your credit card for the tires, but the dealer where you're getting your installs done will actually charge you separately for your install, your service, as we call it, mount, balance, and whatever else you need. If there are dealers out there that are quoting you prices on the tires, that is not a part of the program. That is called local book, and that is coming directly from them, and it just puts aside the Advantage program, so you don't get the perks of the Advantage program.
So they need to come through FMCA and through the program to get the discount. Is what you're saying. Don't go directly to a Michelin dealer. Is that what you're saying?
Right. So what you want to do to start the process is either log in or create a login for yourself on the program. Register your credit card. Then once you're on there, you can go to michelinrvtires.com and look up the tires that you need. And then once you find those tires, then you can go to the dealer locator on that site as well. Type in the zip code, and the dealers will populate. Now, we don't have dealers in every inch of the country, unfortunately, at this time. So it might be a little far reach to go and to get your tires, but the dealer can order the tires through the Advantage program for you. Or what we've asked a lot of members to do is order the tires through the dealer. Once they come in, through that dealer. You can get them installed there, or another dealer could do your install if that dealer doesn't do the coach tires.
Gotcha. Okay. The program, it's available to both folks in the U.S. and Canada?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so they just, no matter which side of the border you're on, you're good to go. And when you're looking up the tires that you need, you're going to find out the costs and everything associated with that purchase during your search. Is that the way it works?
No, so once you come up with the tire that you're looking for, you'll get a part number, a stock number. And that stock number, then we can look up for you, we can look up for you what that cost will be. The best of my knowledge, we've been doing that internally at FMCA, has been supplying that cost, because again, the dealers cannot. Now,
Okay.
In some cases, it will populate on that page as well once you plug in the tire that you're looking for. And again, that is just the tire price. That is not mounted, balanced, installed. So it is just the tire price.
Okay. All right. As we're looking at what FMCA is about, tires, obviously you're an RV organization. Tires are kind of a big deal to everyone. What kind of tires are available to our members through the program?
So we have the RV coach tires are available through the program, and also your tow behind driving vehicle. So a Jeep, a car, a pickup truck, a van of some sort, that's all covered on your tow behinds. We do not have the tow behind RV tires at this time. So fifth wheels or any tow behind RVs or boat tires, trailer tires, we do not have those. We do not make those.
Okay. You talked a little bit about the process of going online and getting signed up. So you have to do it online, or is there a way for someone to call and kind of work through some people to do this, or how?
So
Some of our members aren't real great doing things online. So I want to make sure that they have the same opportunity as others do.
So the easiest way is online, but you can, I believe you can call into FMCA and have it done through FMCA, or you can go to the Michelin Advantage Program and you could contact them through the 800 number,
Okay.
which I believe is on the web page there. If it's not, it can be supplied from FMCA, but you must give them the bill to and ship to numbers for FMCA that we've already created that FMCA can supply. Otherwise, you will not get the discounts on the Advantage program.
Okay. And when you go through this process, for FMCA member to be able to get this, they have to be able to provide their FMCA member number, correct?
Absolutely.
That kind of makes it an FMCA program. If they don't have a member number, they're not going to get the advantage that our members do.
Right. And then what happens when the member goes to the dealer to get the tires installed, that dealer is then going to submit what we call a delivery receipt, delivery ticket to us electronically. And the member number is going to be on there as well, so we could track it.
Okay.
If the member number is not on there, or again, if the dealer hits your credit card or asks you for cash for the tires, that's not a part of the program.
Okay. You mentioned hit the credit card. How does, after the purchase is made, how does the member know that their credit card's been charged and everything's kind of in the works and heading in the right direction?
Michelin sends a receipt out within 48 hours.
Okay.
And
at that point, then they know. At that point, then they know the purchase has been made, and where do they go from there? They know it's done. At some point, they're going to get a notification that the tires are available and ready to install, or how's that work?
Yes, the dealer will notify them that the tires are ready to be installed if they need to be ordered. Some of the dealers have them in stock, so it simplifies the process to hours instead of a couple days.
Sure.
And then the dealer sets up with the member an appointment time. And again, they should know to put it on a Michelin delivery ticket or delivery receipt. So again, the tires get billed separately through the Michelin program, and the member then pays the service center or dealer for the service side.
Okay. So you buy the I'm sure. I'm going to work through the program to get the tires. Tires get installed. They're going to tell me, okay, here's what it's going to cost to get the installation done and mount and all the kind of all that business to get them onto the RV. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah. So what I would recommend is that you arrange that service price with the dealer beforehand. So you know if it's going to be $200, $400 for the service, you already know that up front with the dealer and you already have that arrangement. If the dealer says it's $1,800 for tires and service, then you're not a part of the program.
Okay, good. All right. For U.S. and Canadian, process is the same for ordering?
Yes.
No difference? Okay.
Yes.
If the dealer doesn't have the tire size, they'll order it. And
Yes.
how long does that usually take? Is it, a couple days, or can it be weeks, months?
So, we've had inventory constraints over the past few years, and we're coming out of that now. The 295 size and the 365 size are probably going to be 4 to 6, maybe 8 weeks out because of inventory. The 275s, the 305s, the 315s, we're ready to go. And anybody that has smaller than a Class A, if they have a Class C, we have those readily available as well.
Okay.
And most of that time, I would say 24 to 48 hours, the dealer will have those tires in their shop.
Okay. I don't know if you have any kind of idea. Do you know how much this program has been used through the years by FMCA? Are there any numbers that can indicate? I know it's a very popular program, but can you put some numbers to how many tires have actually gone through it?
Yeah. So back in and it has due to constraints with what we have in fuel right now and people not traveling as much or selling some coaches off. I will go back to 2019. We had 6,500 tires that went through the program for FMCA members. Circling forward to 2021, that number declined to about 4,100 tires. Now, some of that was related to inventory. Some of that was related to members not traveling.
Sure. As you look to the future, I mean, are the Michelin tires, are they constantly evolving? Are you putting out new models or new all the time, or do the tires you have pretty much cover everything and they don't change a whole heck of a lot?
So on the coach side, we don't have a lot in the pipeline for new development because what we have works and it's proven to work. What we look for in development and our engineering team is looking at ways to give more fuel efficiency to a lot of the members there. So they're getting a little bit better economy on their coaches. But for right now, there's really nothing in the pipeline to really break that down or change any tread patterns because what we have in the different sizes works and it's worked over time for the past 15, 20 years.
Okay.
What we do have in the pipeline, is a lot of truck and car and pickup truck and Jeep and two-wheel segment.
Okay.
Which basically always needs an evolving change versus the coaches.
Okay. On the coach side, and I know you can't give me an exact number, and I'm sure there's never an exact number for anyone. What's an idea on the savings that someone can get by using the program?
Roughly, I would say anywhere from $80 to $190 a tire.
That's pretty
Yes.
big deal. It really is.
Especially if you have, a tag axle. So now you have 8 on there and, your savings could be substantial.
Right. That's pretty amazing. It makes me wonder why anybody wouldn't be involved. You certainly, nobody wants to spend extra money if they don't have to. So it would just seem to make sense that, and for those who are RVing a lot, your tires are something that's going to have to change. If you don't, you put yourself at risk for a blowout or other things. No matter how good your tires are at Michelin, they do have a lifespan, correct?
Yes, they do have a lifespan, and we look at a 10-year lifespan on the tire. Now, it depends on tread depth, depends on how much you're driving them, it depends on how much you're sitting still. A lot of coach members don't realize that we encourage you not to put any kind of dressing on the tires. No 303, no Armor All, nothing like that. We don't endorse anything. The reason for that, once you put any kind of dressings on the tires, whether it be once or every day of the week, it draws out a lot of the polymers from the rubber, and that dries the casing out, the sidewall out, and then you start to see cracking. And that type of cracking is not covered under our ozone cracking warranty, which is 7 years. So we encourage that you do not use anything. You want the tires to turn brown. When they're turning brown, that's when you know they're working right. Second, when you're parking your coach, if you're on concrete, blacktop, gravel, you're going to be there for a period of time, put something between the tire and the surface. What happens there, the concrete and blacktop and the gravel will draw out a lot of those polymers because of the sunlight and the ozone and the ultraviolet rays. If you put something between it, it prevents it from happening. So it's all preventative as well. When your coach is going to sit for a while, and I can't define a while because it depends on different climates, try to cover the tires if you can. Even if you don't have tire covers, cover them with something. And if you can, if it's a prolonged period of time, jack it up so the tires are not on the ground, so they don't develop flat spots after 6-8 months.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. When you say put something underneath the tire, are you talking like a piece of wood or a piece of plastic, or what kind of what?
It could be wood, plastic, rubber, carpet, anything that is a surface that's between the ground surface and the tire as well, because that will prevent a lot of that polymer from drawing out of the tire. I had people we spoke to in Tucson when we were doing inspections on some tires, and they actually had little plastic boot trays that you have in your home that they put between the tire and the gravel surfaces because they're only $1 each, and they invested in a ton of them up front. So if they crack, it's not that big of a deal to them. And some of them said they just leave it behind as they pull away.
Okay, that's a good idea right there. I never would ever think to do something like that, but that makes perfect sense. I do have a couple questions.
Sure.
PJ has asked, if you are using LT tires on a trailer, can you get those through the program?
Okay, LT tires on a tow behind trailer?
He just says trailer, so I'm not sure if it's a tow behind. It's I don't know if it's an RV trailer or a passenger, a car trailer.
Okay, so if it's a commercial grade trailer, I would say no. And if it is a boat trailer, RV trailer of some sort, fifth wheel trailer, you need to use an ST tire on there, not an LT tire. The LT tires are made for a vehicle, a truck, a car, an SUV. So we do not encourage that. And unfortunately, we do not manufacture the ST tires.
Okay. Al Johnson asked, and I'm not sure exactly what his question is. It says the 365.
So if I'm getting the question right, the 365 is a tire where we have had inventory constraints on. We do get them in stock periodically. So if you're in need of them, keep checking availability with your local dealer and see if the dealer can order them. I would suggest, if it's becoming a long range issue for you, reach out to FMCA. They'll reach out to me, and I'll be able to look behind the scenes and see what's going on and get an answer for you of availability.
Okay. Carol has asked, what is considered a lot of miles on the tires? Trying to determine if we are good at 10 years on our Michelins.
So it's a good question, and it's hard to answer that. The best way to answer that is you have to measure the tread depth Carol, and you can do that with a little tread depth gauge, or have somebody with a tread depth gauge measure that for you. There was the old myth that you can use a penny, and if you see the president's head, then you don't have enough tread left on the tire. I wouldn't go that route. I wouldn't trust that route. I've never trusted that route. But you can get yourself a little tread depth gauge. There are a few dollars in your store, and you want to be above 630 seconds. Once it gets to 630 seconds, it's time to change the tires.
Is there some place you can go to have the tires inspected? If you take it to a dealer, will they do that for you?
They will take it to a dealer. They can. Camping World does it a lot. We do it at a lot of the rallies that come up. We always have 3 people on site, 2 of which go out and inspect tires once members sign up for it as well. But any of the Camping Worlds, any RV dealers, they will inspect tires for you, yes.
Okay, she came back with regardless of age on her question.
So on the age side, every tire has a DOT stamp on it, and the last 4 numbers are the week and the year the tire was manufactured. So you want to go by that, and you want to really look at that, the age of the tire. But more importantly, if you drive a lot, you want to measure your tread depth, because they might not last the 10 years if you're driving a lot. So that means you're getting a use out of the tire.
Okay. And that, similar to Al's earlier, she's asking 255s?
255s are available.
Okay. Sarah comes in. I'm buying 4 Michelin Defender LTX for my Toyota Highlander. What discount can I get?
So right now at this moment, I couldn't answer that question because I don't have the pricing for FMCA in front of me. But as long as you're registered with the Advantage program, you can get that pricing through FMCA.
Okay.
And that's a good tire.
Okay. Carol came back and asked again, why does everyone say replace tires at 5 years, no matter how much tread is on the tire?
So on a car and a truck, a vehicle you use every day, you're going to get about 5 to 6 years out of a tire. On a coach, you're not using it every day of the week, unless if you're a full-timer, but you still may not use it every day of the week. So the tires are made to last a little bit longer. The durability and strength of an RV tire is unlike a truck tire, car tire. It's made even different compounds than a tractor trailer tire. So it's made to last longer. But again, you want to make sure you measure your tread depth, and you also want to make sure that you're within that range of the 10 years. Now, again, if your tread is getting less on there, which it should be getting less if you're using the tires the right way, you want to make sure you replace those tires. We've seen on average with even full-time coach members, they're getting 7 to 10 years out of a set of tires, unless they have a blowout of some sort. But with proper maintenance on the tires, you're going to get that up to that 10-year mark on those tires.
Hey, Brian, question I have, and I know I worked in the magazine for years, and I had questions about this when I was over there. Folks would ask, why can't I just put truck tires on my RV? Explain the difference between a truck tire and an RV tire.
So truck tires are made for long haul, long distance, made for going, anywhere from 50,000 to 150,000 miles in a year, and then the tire is done at that point. It's made for different types of loads. It's made for a different type of terrain, and it's not made for the same roads that we take our vehicles on, and even your coaches on. So you're looking at 70, 80 mile per hour speeds, which of course DOT would pull those people over. But it's about a lot on the safety on the RV side. The RV tires, when you put the coach down on the ground, you're not seeing it. You're not seeing where the tire looks like it's crushing down, where you do on a car, pickup truck, van, or even on a tractor trailer. The tires stay round, and they stay round for the way we build those tires. If you want to put a truck tire or a tractor trailer tire on your coach, It's not advised, but you can do it. But it is not advised, and it won't be covered by warranty from Michelin.
Okay. That's good to know, because I know that I would always get questions about that, and we would advise folks to talk to folks like yourself, or representatives, to find out what the difference is, and how that the ride would be affected, and the life expectancy and the whole thing. So
Absolutely.
thank you for that info. Hopefully that'll help some folks who may be considering doing something like that, and probably shouldn't be doing it.
Yes.
Is there anything else about the program you think our members need to know at this point? I know you can go online, go on to fmca.com and find out a bunch of information about it. There'll be information also in our January issue of the magazine in the member benefits section. But, is there anything that you would like to tell folks that, maybe you get a lot of questions at our conventions about, and, kind of a similar,
Sure.
wherever you go, you're getting the same kind of question. Anything
Sure.
like that you would like to bring up?
Sure. So, in order to get the benefit of this program, you definitely have to register. You have to register your credit card. We don't do anything with the credit card. I don't take credit card information. It all gets done online or over the phone if you want to call the program and do it that way. You must provide your member number. You must provide FMCA's ship to number, or delivery group number, as we call it now, and possibly the bill to number, because that's how you get tied into the FMCA program as well. If for any reason you can't find a dealer in your area within reason, you could find one that'll order the tires, but not one that'll mount the tires. Please reach out to FMCA. They'll reach out to me. I will work with you, and I will come up with a dealer for you. The phone that I use from Michelin does not have a callback number on it for several reasons. So I would let you know when I'm calling you. I would leave a message for you when I'm going to call back, but I will work with you. And I've worked with Alex at FMCA, and Aaron, and also Chris and Tina and several other people. And I've probably spoken to many members so far this year. And there was only one that I could not try to find a dealer for, that was up in Canada. We have since come up with a solution on that. So now at least I know for next time how to position that member and where they can go to get their tires. But again, I will encourage you, you must be a member of the Advantage program through FMCA to get any of the savings out there as well. And if a dealer is telling you that the price of the tire is X, it's not a part of the program. They're charging you retail for those tires. And if they say it's below Advantage cost, they have no idea what the Advantage cost is on those tires, period. We do not supply those prices to our dealers for many reasons.
So before someone goes to get tires, they need to go get in the program, get signed up, and then start working to get the tires. Get the program first, then work on getting the tires, correct?
Yep.
All right. Brian, you're going to be busy in Perry, I promise you. Get your rest before March 10th, or March, when you're showing up down there. So because I can promise you are going to have some long days down there, but I'm sure that's what you're looking for.
Well, it was Tucson was great. It was my first event. I just took over the Cincinnati market in January, and even in Lincoln, we were quite busy all day long for the 3.5 days we were there. And looking forward to Perry, and also looking forward to later in 23 in Wyoming.
Yeah, and that'll be another good show. And both events will be well attended, and we're thrilled to have you there. As part of the Michelin program, and I thank you for coming on and talking to us a little bit about this. And we certainly we'll continue to let our members know how to get involved with this. It is
Sure.
a great program, and it's one of our longer running partner benefits. So it's proven to be very popular and a great thing for our members. So thank you much. I have one more question from Carol. Do you know if the Tiffin Allegro program is a greater discount than FMCA?
I do not know if the OE program is a deeper discount or not. I'm sorry, I don't know that answer.
So if she needs to find that out, she needs to kind of do her own little research there.
Tiffin would probably be able to quote the price on that because they're an OE dealer as well, original equipment.
Okay.
And a lot of the Tiffins come in with Michelins on them OE. So they'd be able to answer that question better, but I do not know the answer.
Okay. Brian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We shall see you and Perry, and thank everybody for looking in today. I hope you enjoyed this discussion with Brian about Michelin tires. Y'all have a great weekend and a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays, everybody.